am Dr. Carolyn Edwards, and this is Get Your Life, the show where I bring guests on and they tell all about their lives and what they're doing in hopes that it gives you the courage to also be you, do you, and live your life too. Today, I have Antonio Lopez. Chef Nino is in the studio. This is our first live demonstration. We are making Spanish tapas charcuterie. I got it right. And I'm going to let Chef Nino tell you what that is in Spanish. But welcome, Chef Nino, to the show.
Well, thank you, Carolyn. Thank you so much for having me here. It is a pleasure to be here with you today. And you know what? We have a lot to cover. So I'm getting started. This is my signature tapas charcuterie board that we're going to do. It is a full of everything. And we're going to get into it as we start. But first, can I put this apron on you?
Put on and get ready.
That way we won't have any little spills there. The beautiful yellow.
I don't want to touch my hair with the gloves, but we're doing this right. Yeah. Okay, well, here we go.
All right.
Do everything nice and clean. Right. So as we do the demonstration, we are going to ask Chef Nino some questions about his life and his business and how he transitioned, how he got unstuck from working in a 9-to-5 to starting his own business. And as we talk, we're going to design a Spanish tapas charcuterie. Okay?
Great.
So thank you for coming. And we're going to do our best for all of you that are listening through the Apple Podcasts and the major platforms. We're going to do our best to be as descriptive as we can so that you too feel like you are in the studio. Okay, so Chef Nino, tell us what we're going to start.
We're going to start with the grapes, and I have them right over here. We have some green seedless grapes, and that will be the first thing that we're going to place in the center of our board. And just for the sake of moving on quickly with the show, I have prearranged most of the things that are going to go on this board. I've placed little rounds on the board, as you can see, and I placed all the seafood. This seafood are from the Galicia region of Spain, and these are all put into tin cans. And I'm going to have them here. We're going to refill them. And I have those pre-made already. And then I also have the membrillo and the black fig also on the board. And I also have the pickled skewers there.
So for our audience that does not speak Spanish like myself, what is membrillo?
Well, membrillo, it is a fruit from called membrillo, and this is a prehistoric. It goes about ages in Spain. It is used to kind of cleanse the palate as you eat a charcuterie board, and it's eaten very much with an almond, together with an almond.
Okay,
and it tastes really, really good in a charcuterie board. And everywhere you go, you're gonna find those.
So what would that resemble? Is that like a mango or? What's the consistency? A melon?
It's a combination of probably a mango and a strawberry marmalade. But it's the word marmalade, like membrillo. Yes. It started because of that word.
Oh, okay, awesome.
So yeah.
Okay, so as he's fixing, tell us what that is that you're putting in that little container.
Okay, so these are mussels. Mussels that are pickled, and they're very popular in Spain, and they go in all charcuterie boards that have seafood.
So do we have to cook mussels or no?
No, we don't. They're pickled, but you would have to cook them, yes.
Okay, so if they were not already in the can, I would have to cook that.
That's right. Okay. That's right. But in Spain, they usually put them, make them or eat them directly from the tin can.
Okay, from the tin can. Okay, yeah. What is that you're putting?
And these are squid in their ink, in their dark ink, which I am putting more on this little plate here. And just like that, you got the ink with the black, the squid with the black ink, okay? And then we had the octopus.
At least I know what that one looks like, the octopus.
And this is on olive oil.
Okay.
You can see.
And I don't have to cook any of the items that are already in the tin can and the oil or the ink. We can eat them safely out of the can.
That is correct. You don't have to, you can eat them safely out of the can. And we're just going to put these here so that we can serve them as well.
Okay, so that was the protein part, or just the sea? That's not considered the protein. That's the seafood part.
That is correct. That was just the seafood part.
Okay.
Okay.
So one question about the grapes. When you put the grapes there in a bunch, each person is going to take a grape, or are we going to take them off the stem?
We're going to leave them on the stem.
Okay.
As they come, these are washed, and people would just normally just grab a grape at a time.
Okay, a grape at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Or a piece at a time, but yeah.
All right. So while Chef Nino is continuing putting things together, I want Chef Nino to tell us what was the exact moment you knew the 9-to-5 corporate America was no longer for you?
Well, that is a great question. You know, I found myself sitting behind the desk hours after hours. And what I used to do was check reports on testing that we did in the food lab. So I was a supervisor for food lab, and I supervised technicians. So my job was to check their work. So one day I was like over and over checking these things out. I was like, I'm made for something better. Right. I think I'm getting tired of this. I've already reached a plateau in my career where I couldn't go any further with that position there. And I just decided, I started praying about it for a way out.
Okay. Did that take a long time? Like sometimes that prayer, or I would say for myself, it was more like an internal feeling. Like I have more to do. I have more as I get older. I'm like, I have more to do. I have more people to help, more things to talk about. Tell me, was that something that was over time, over years, 6 months?
I think it was always, I was always there. I always wanted to cook, and I love cooking. I love cooking for people. And I think what I was missing the most was actually the engagement with the people.
Yes.
I was kind of like missing missing the person and that relationship. You don't get that in a lab. You don't get that in those scenarios. And if you're a cook and you're a chef, you want to be around people. You want to see how they love the food.
Yes.
And that was a major thing for me.
That's a good feeling when someone loves what you make.
Yes.
It's like an instant joy to help people eat well. And I love the fact that you're bringing all this from Spain, so it's not junk food. It's like something good for the heart, good for the soul, and good for the body. So were there any specific fears before you left, or as you thought about what you were going to do next? Like, what was the thought process?
Boy, there was a lot of fears. I think the most thing that I feared was that security that a job in a corporate America gives you, that 9-to-5 feeling that you need to be there for that steady paycheck. Yes. And I just knew that if that was going to go away once I leap into moving on my own. So I think that was my greatest fear. But at the same time, I was like, I feel like I know what I have to do because I am a professional. At 56 years old, I found myself, I have a business degree. And for the last 15 years, I've worked in restaurants. So whatever I was going to do, I felt confident that I could do it on my own.
Right, you've been doing it.
And I think that helped with the fear.
Okay, well, then that's good. Okay, so let's jump in. Tell me what we're going to do next, and then I'll get to the next question.
All right, great. So we're going to start putting all our protein together, and it's all the hams. And if you can kind of help me with this.
Sure.
So we're going to put the ham kind of like in this area right here, just like this. I'll do a few here.
Okay.
And we'll start with the ham.
Great. It smells good. It smells good for the people that are not in the studio. This smells delicious.
And this ham comes in just like this. I have it pre-sliced at the local place at the grocery store market. And so they'll usually fan it out like this. And the best thing you could do is just when you separate it, kind of like find the flat surface on one side and then just start rolling it.
So it kind of reminds me, for the people that are not here or are listening, it kind of reminds me like when you get bacon out of the pack and you get like a slice of bacon and you can kind of roll it like that.
Yeah, that's right. So we're just going to go ahead and put our ham all around this little round plate here.
Okay. Perfect.
And what that plate is the octopus. So I just put the ham
So
around
does
it.
ham and octopus go together?
Well, in a charcuterie board, everything comes together.
They come together. Okay.
This is a mixture of kind of all the palettes for all the places, all the
Okay.
protein.
And now what protein is this one?
So this is chorizo cantimpalo. It's made with pimentón, the famous pimentón that you could find in paellas. This is where all the flavor
I'll
is.
put it on the side.
And this is also dried. It's dried in Spain in the mountains. And this is the famous chorizo cantimpalo. Okay. And this is salchichón. It's pretty much a chorizo without the pimentón, which is a little more black, but it's also dried. So we have the three main proteins that just dropped one over there.
Right.
That's going to go. Okay. So now that we're done with the ham, we're going to work on the cheese.
Okay, so tell me, I have never built a charcuterie board, and I know they're very, very popular. So you have more like deli stuff. Does anybody put like a chicken or does it have to be like all kind of cold cuts and seafood? What can I put on a charcuterie board?
Oh, well, a charcuterie board, it's really all about what kind of charcuterie you want to make. Some people like being vegetarian, and they will do just vegetables, or just fruits, or just cheeses. So it's all about the palate, or how you like it. Us here at Nino's Cuisine, we specialize in authentic Spanish cuisine. Okay, so our charcuterie boards are all from Spanish imported products.
Okay, so when someone comes to Chef Nino's for a charcuterie, how will they detail what they want on a charcuterie? Do you have like a list that I could choose from? How would I pick my charcuterie?
Absolutely, that's a great question. So yes, I have 3 charcuterie boards that I provide. Okay. This is the master one. This is what I call a signature because this one has the seafood, the proteins, and the cheese. And then I have 2 others that are a little less. So if you just want cheeses with the fruits and fruits and the marmalade, membrillo, I have that. Or if you just want the hams, I have that. So this is the most. This is the one that has the most.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So is it pre-made? So I order my charcuterie, and do I pick it up? Do you deliver it? How will I get my charcuterie?
Absolutely. So I would make it, and I would deliver it completely already ready for you. Or if you hire my services at a
then you would come and make it.
I would make it ahead of time, and then it will be part of the buffet that I would set up for you. Okay. With other tapas. I have other tapas that I mean 45 different tapas and paella.
So give me an example of the 45. What kind of tapas are in the 45?
Okay, great. So I have hot tapas, cold tapas. I have anywhere from patatas bravas, which are potatoes that are fried with tomato puree and a little garlic alioli goes on top. I also had the famous tortilla española, which is the potato omelette, and that is cooked all in olive oil, which is different than an omelet. Yes. So it's slowly cooked in olive oil, and then it's covered with roasted red peppers and in an olive right on top on a skewer on a toothpick, and those are just small little plates that I provide, 45 different ones.
Okay. Do you do that on site? Or do you pre-make them and then bring them?
I do that on site. Awesome. And I have other people that I work with, and they help me with the tapas. And sometimes I'll make a paella, an authentic paella. I have different kinds of paella, seafood paella, mixed meat paella, chicken paella. And there you go. You could have the paella, the tapas, and the charcuterie board.
I love it. So I know you're a man of faith. How much did faith play in your decision to take your next step?
Well, faith is everything to me. My parents brought this faith to me ever since I was a kid. And I prayed about being on my own. At some point, I started praying while I was still in corporate America. And I said, God, please, help me get out of this and into something I really want to do because I want to find my purpose. I want to find my calling. And it's prayer that got me here. And it's prayer that has made me who I am today.
Amen. So I just want to tell the audience, actually, I told Nino when he arrived with another guest, I told him, you are an answer to prayer. That Sunday, you came on Tuesday. Sunday, I prayed that I wanted to have a chef come to the show and do a live demonstration. And I promise you, I did not meet you. I did not know you were coming. And on Tuesday, you were here in the studio. And here you are today.
Yes, I believe in divine intervention and in Christ incidents. And I think that was one of them.
That was an answer to my prayer. So how did you start the catering company? You said you talked about your passion and your purpose and you prayed, but how did you know this was your purpose?
Well, I knew that this was what I was good at, and this is what I've been doing all along, is paellas at home and tapas at home. My parents are from Spain. I go to Spain often, almost every summer I'm there.
Wow.
I have lots of family in Spain, and kind of like when you go to Spain, you're eating these kind of foods. You're eating the manchego. As a matter of fact, manchego is from the region where my father is from, Murcia. Wow. It is the manchego sheep, and manchego, the name of manchego goat milk. Sorry. So that is the region. And so I love that. And I love tapas. And this was my calling. And I'm going to do paellas and tapas the rest of my life.
I'm sure they can feel it through the television. I hope you can hear it. The passion in your voice and the joy and the laughter. That's why I'm like, we need to have you, like when you make it, we don't need to just order. We need to have you to come do the entire thing, because it's just a joy to see someone light up when they find whatever their purpose is for life. Okay, so what else we're going to do?
So now we're going
to ask the next question.
Now we're going to do the cheeses.
Okay.
And the cheeses, again, are 3 different kinds, and we're going to place them on this side of the table. So we noticed that the charcuterie board, we split it in 2. The left side, we did the protein, and on the right side, we're going to do all the cheeses. And we're going to start with the Iberico Manchego cheese, and we're going to place it just like this, with the flat surface going around the little round plate, so that the little triangles are kind of facing out, and kind of intertwine them or interchange them, the little ends.
So what made you pick these cheeses? Are any of the cheeses spicy or some mild, some sharp?
These kind of have almost the same flavor, but just a little difference in texture. Some are more creamy.
Okay.
But they're all goat cheese.
Goat cheese. Now, what's the difference between cow's cheese and goat? Is it like a different
It's
flavor?
More stronger. Goat cheese is a stronger flavor. It lingers a little bit more in the palate, and it's delicious. It's great with wine. It's great with beer. So it's just a matter of it's a great cheese. It's a delicious cheese.
I don't know if I've ever had. I probably have. I've eaten charcuterie and I've had different cheeses, but I don't remember.
Doesn't this look so beautiful? It looks like a little sun around.
Amazing.
Looks like a little sun around the muscles. The mussels.
And then tell me about the olive. I know before we started, you were telling me how we can eat different things together. So what olive? We have spreads, we have olives, we have seafood, we have protein, we have fruit, and then we have like pickles and olives. Is that? I know you were saying something about acids.
Oh yeah, so these are acids. The acids would be the olives, and we have 2 different types of olives. We have the manchego olive, manchego stuffed, and this is why we put it on this side of the manchego cheese.
That's stuffed with cheese.
This is manchego. You want to try one?
No. Okay. Until after we finish, I'm like, I'll start getting hungry. I might forget the rest of the show.
We also have the and the other olive over here with the protein. Those are stuffed
so these
and chorizo.
Are not stuffed. This one's
stuffed. So they're both stuffed.
Stuffed.
This one has chorizo stuff, which we put it next to the chorizo.
Oh wow!
So in the palate, and we're tasting everything, we have the cheeses that are the fats. They complement the protein, and the saltiness also is another flavor. Like when you're drinking, It makes you kind of want to drink some more. People that are drinking, they'll probably move on to the olives. and then the seafood is just another flavor. So you have different flavors here, but they all complement well.
That's what I was going to ask. So, what would you eat with what? So, does the cheese go with everything? Or I know cheese and fruit go well. Cheese and protein goes well. Does cheese also go well with olives and the spreads too?
Yes. For example, you can grab a piece of manchego and put a little bit of fig spread that we have over here and put that on top of the just like that on top of the cheese and you together and you could have it together. Or you could have the almonds that we have here, the famous almonds. Those we put with the membrillo. That pairs very well. And I forgot to talk about this over here in this little corner in the bread.
Yes.
So this bread is baguette bread, and I pre-toasted it, pre-sliced it.
Okay.
And I made a little roasted garlic spread.
Awesome.
And to this garlic, I added fennel.
No.
Rosemary. These
I get stuck with it in our brains. What it looks like.
Rosemary.
It looks like
so,
rosemary.
And as you could smell the rosemary. So we also get aromas here, right? So not only are we getting flavors, we're also getting aromas of the rosemary. So these breads, we're just kind of dip them with this oil and this garlic, and that tastes delicious. And then we'll put that over here. But that's the purpose of this. Of this dipping. So these are more of the pickles.
Oh, the pickles. And then these are little vegetables on the pickles?
Yeah, they're just skewers with little, small little pickles with the pickled onions, pickled peppers, and an olive. They're kind of spicy. And again, this is part of the acidic in your charcuterie board.
I was going to ask, is Spanish food spicy? Like, do you have a lot of hot stuff and peppers and?
Yes, and we're going to get into the other one that we haven't put out yet.
Okay.
And it's the famous guindillas. This is the #1 tapa eaten in Spain. And here they are. So these are guindilla peppers. These are considered the #1 tapa. We're going to put them all around here just like this. We have a lot of them
beautiful
to go. Okay. And these have anchovies. So you know how strong anchovies are.
Yes. And do I sense a little olive oil or something?
Well, these are the olive oil is in the anchovies.
Oh, and the edge. I was like, I smell olive oil. Okay.
But the olive oil that you're smelling is probably from the spread there.
Okay, from the spread. Okay, so as you keep working, I always tell people running a business is not for the faint of heart. You have to encourage yourself to keep going. So tell people, what does running Nino's Tapas look like in real life? Are you really busy? Are you running here and there? Are you doing a lot of catering? Do you have to also do your finances, your books? What does that look like in real life?
Well, to be honest with you, it's a lot of hard work.
It is work.
However, when you got passion, you got love for what you do, you will wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and start planning your day. You see, you don't have somebody telling you what to do. You get to choose what you want on that day.
Yes.
And for me, just going shopping for things and imagine me shopping for an event. I'm going to different places and having fun with it.
And tasting
stuff. And so, yeah, it is hard work. You got to be ready for it. You got to be on top. And I've been very fortunate that I've been working with a great group of people that have been there for me. And again, it's also networking that also helps.
Of course.
And
so for those that are listening, this charcuterie board is beautiful. We have pickles, we have proteins, we have spreads, cheeses, olives, all kind of stuff, and bread and garlic and everything. So I wish you could see it if you're listening, but Nino made it so easy that it looks like you can do it at home too. Okay. Apricots.
Yeah, so this is the last touch of your charcuterie board. These are dried fruits.
Okay.
So apricots, we have apricots and we have figs, dried figs. And we're just going to put them on the little corners there. And that will complete our charcuterie board.
How would people, okay, I see you have little tongs. Is that how, like, they would get a plate and then pick something?
Correct. So you can use tongs. You can use also little knives for like the spread.
Yeah.
A little fork over here
fork,
for the membrillo, and then the most popular are the wooden picks, the wooden toothpicks. And I got some really long ones here, which we can put on the olives. We can put on the chorizo and on the ham.
Because we don't want people hands all over.
Right. So we want to put a couple of them.
Yes.
To make it easier for
them to pick it
up.
up.
For them to pick it up.
Make a plate. Yes.
Exactly. And just have the little plates next to the table, just like we have here.
Yes.
And then one would complete.
I bet you can also teach classes. I don't know if that's in your portfolio of things.
That I could actually. It's one of the things that I want to do with Nino's Tapas.
It. Yes.
Yeah. So one of the things I want to do is actually Tapas school.
I think that would be awesome.
Eventually.
Teach people how to eat well, eat good foods, you can teach them how to source the cheeses, how to look for stuff, and then put it all together. I think this board, it looks amazing. Yeah. So, Nino, you said doing what you love is really important for you to keep going. What are some of the hard things? Okay, the joy, the purpose, the getting foods and tasting foods is the good part. What is the hard part? A lot of times entrepreneurs don't hear that part. On social media, we're showing all the good stuff. What are some of the hard things that you have to press through to keep the business running?
Well, you're going to find a lot of times that you have naysayers that are telling you, no, go back to corporate America. That would be one thing that you have to be careful of. And then it's just staying excited. It's staying excited long enough to make it happen for you. Right. And most people quit early. They quit early and they quit too soon. And I think that in a lot of prayer, again, asking for prayer is guidance in your business. And when you ask for prayer, God will give you the open doors, just like he did to me with you. And this is only, marketing is only one of the areas of your business that you have to take care of. Right. And I think that I'm going to try to do as much as I can in marketing and talking to people over social media. You'll see a lot more of me.
I'm excited. I even said when you were here last time, I believe relationships are key to growing a business too, because I see so much more in you that I'm giving you more work. Like I'm telling you, you can teach people to do this. You can teach them about sourcing good products, as well as even in churches, a lot of groups. You could do the seniors, you can do the youth, you could do the community events. So, and this all comes from relationships, prayer. You say God opening the door, and sometimes trusting him with the closed ones too. Like, don't give up, don't fall out. What did you do when some of the closed doors stayed closed? What did you do?
Well, I just went and opened another door. Amen. I just went around it because, you have to have confidence in what you love. And there's so many things you can do in life. I happen to choose making tapas and paellas. And I really thank you for all those recommendations. I'm going to try to do them all because this life is such a short life that you really need to get passionate about something. Right. And somebody's either going to take that passion or you can give that passion to yourself.
Right. And I love it. So, like I said, the relationship, you were an answer to my prayer. And I tell everybody what Get Your Life. I didn't even know this was going to be a show for me. So someone shared an opportunity with me. And one of the things I want to do for other people is to give this to them so that you can share what you do with other people, your excitement, your joy. Because for a lot of people, that's missing in their life. But you can give them the courage and confidence to do what they love and love what they do. So my last question is, how would you, if you had one or two things you could tell someone to do today to start moving in the direction of doing what they love, what advice would you give?
Well, first of all, make a list of all your abilities and capabilities and know that that you're confident in doing that, and make sure that you are confident, and then pray about it, and start just doing small activities that start leading you into that area. And when you least expect it, you're already doing what you love, and build on that. Just keep building and building, and keep trusting God, and keep just moving forward.
Let's do it. I love it. So how can we find you, Nino? How can we get in touch with you to get these lovely tapas and paella and all this joy and goodness you bring?
Thank you. So my marketing team is working really hard right now on completing our website, which is going to be ninostapas.com. Right now, you can leave information there. You can find a couple of things there, but you can mostly find me on Instagram at Nino's Tapas.
Nino's Tapas.
Just like that. Nino's Tapas.
Ninos Tapas, Tapas, right?
Correct.
That's, you can find him on Instagram. You can see the beautiful pictures. And I just want to remind you that I thank you for tuning in. I pray you are trying to get your life. Remember, you can download the audio of this podcast on all major platforms. And if you want to review the video again and replay it, you can go to youtube.com at Dr. Carolyn Edwards. Before you tune off, remember to like, share, and subscribe. And in a world where you can be anything, the best thing you can be is you. Right?
Right.
All right. That's our show. And I will see you next time.
I know it gets hard to find the light sometimes. It feels easier to hold on to what's been keeping you down. You were made to fly so